what are your thoughts on Bitcoin in terms of this move happening right now? And if it, you know, if you think if it changes anything, or if it's just, an overdue kind of little rally.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, I put up some funny tweets and threads about, bear market over, because, that's what everyone loves to say as soon as we feel any sort of relief. I don't know, I mean, like we were talking about, Bitcoin kind of broke through, like, I think it broke through a lot higher than any of us would have expected. Like a little relief is fine, like, from 16 to 17, but now, I mean, we're pushing 19. So we're pre FTX, I think we were what, 22? Yeah, we're 21,000 pre FTX blow up. So, I think once we break to that level, I would look at it as like, maybe a slow grind out of this bear market, but I don't really know. Speaking more broadly, like, I think most people are expecting that we're going to be in a recession for the next, 12 to 18 months. And, the economy is not going to be good. Earnings aren't going to be good. Companies are going to be laying off people. Coinbase just laid off 1,000 people. So, and obviously Elon's, laid off most of Twitter's staff. So, given that the global economy is not doing that well for the next 12 to 18 months, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go back to 50K. But, I could definitely foresee it, kind of grinding up a little bit and, kind of sitting in like a 20K, 20 to 29K range for a while.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I think sub 20K is actually kind of oversold. Like that's just my personal opinion, that like if FTX didn't blow up, we wouldn't have been sub 20K, because you could see that, Bitcoin, back in June and kind of when shit hit the fan, Bitcoin dropped to like 19K, but it quickly rallied back above 20. And I know there's like that psychological support level of like the previous all-time high of the previous bull market, which was 20K. So, I don't know, that might have a factor. That my strategies are obviously not very short term at all. Like I just buy Bitcoin dollar cost average every day. And then, once a week I throw it in a MakerDAO vault, take a loan out against it, pay my bills, and wait for the next bull market. That's what I did in the 2018 bear market. And I ended up, averaging into Bitcoin at like sub 5K, and then was taking loans to pay stuff. And then, obviously shit went crazy. So this starting to, like, at these prices, it feels a lot like 2018, in terms of like pain, in terms of, people thinking that, crypto is over, the things I'm hearing from people, like, I'm obviously, as I think most of us are, known in like social circles, my social circles and family, as like the crypto guy. So, when anything happens in crypto, they're like, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like FTX blew up and they're like, did you lose all your money? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I lost $0 in the FTX blow up. But yeah, it's, so hearing that stuff is kind of like indicators to me of the bear market. Yeah, I don't know. It's feeling a lot like 2018 to me already. So just kind of, my bear market strategy is, I wrote that post about it, is just loading Bitcoin every single day, regardless of the price. Like I'll probably buy more today, even though it's up a little bit and I don't want to, but, and then throwing it in my MakerDAO vault. That's my bear market strategy.
Stack and stake.
Stack, stake, take a loan. I'll add a third step for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you in terms of like the general market. I just don't see how 2023 brings a bull market in much of anything, or at least for the first half of the year. I mean, and that doesn't mean you're not going to get rallies. I mean, you can get 10% rallies in bear markets, no problem. I would love to see Bitcoin kind of just have a sideways year. If like we never go lower, and this ends up being a low until the next bull market, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll probably wish I had bought more, since I was being greedy with orders down in the 13s. And I didn't do much dollar cost averaging. I did a little, but yeah. And like Tester said, risk on might appear in the second half of 2023. And I agree that that is definitely a potential scenario on the table. I'm fine with that because it allows you to DCA and then also just continue to collect yield on your on staked crypto,
Yep.
which, you know, ideally you can use to DCA, which that's what I've finally been doing. It's a combination is that I've been using yield pretty much from like Cub DeFi to DCA into all the cryptos, which, you know, isn't a ton of money, but it's still regular buys. And then I have a little bit of capital or crypto staked on some other platforms. And with that, I've actually been doing something I've never done. I've been cashing that out into USDC and then I send it to my Juno card. And I've been using it for like spending money here and there because like I've never benefited from my crypto investing. Like money's always going in. I'm always, you know, building that portfolio, but I'm just like, you know what? It's time to enjoy some benefits from crypto. So, and it's not a ton of money. Like I'm talking like, you know, I'm pulling out maybe 150 bucks a week just to have a little like random spending cash. Just it feels good. It feels good to swipe that card. It almost feels like it's free stuff, even though I mean technically it's not, but it feels like it. So
Right. Yeah, you know, I mean that kind of I've had kind of drawing your point to my point before. I've had a lot of people asking me, you know, how to get into crypto and what crypto they should buy and, you know, all the typical questions like that. And what I've been telling them a lot lately is, you know, if you've got the money, set up an automatic DCA into Bitcoin using like Coinbase or something. So that's, I mean, that's one thing that you can do. And then some people are like, well, I don't have that much spare money and whatever, or I want to do that, but I also want more. I want to, you know, get into altcoins and stuff. And my suggestion, and obviously it's selfish too, but I actually, this is what I actually did in the last bear market. And it's what I still do today. And I've done it pretty much my entire crypto career from Steam to Hive and now Hive and Leo Finance is creating content, being active on Hive, and now that we've got Threads, being active on Threads and, you know, scooping up crypto. I mean, it's like, in my opinion, those are like the two best things you can do is like find a platform where you can be active and earn crypto and dollar cost average into Bitcoin using some sort of automated app and your, you know, your fiat paycheck. And if you do that, then the next bull market hits and you'll be doing extremely well. And, you know, a lot like, it's just crazy. Like people don't want to do that minimal amount of work, which is like so easy. I mean, look at someone like Taskmaster who's picked up you know, he's picked up tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Hive and Leo tokens. And in a bull market scenario, like he's earned all of this stake. And then, you know, things go to the roof and he's made a ton of money and all the content he's made in the past is suddenly worth a lot of money. I mean, you know, potentially, you know, over $100 a post and, you know, making several posts a day, you can do the math on that. And that's exactly what happened for me. Like I'd say like a very large chunk of my portfolio today was made up of earnings from Steam, Hive, and Leo. Like it's like those earning from those early days from content. And then in the last bull, I mean, I sold a lot of Hive in the last bull market, and now I've already bought back more than I've sold. But I sold a ton of Hive at like $2 plus, which was insane. You know, now we're sitting at 30 cents. And I picked up a ton of Hive, you know, sub 40 cents. So yeah, I mean, like so many people are looking for like the bear market strategy. And for me, it's those two things: dollar cost average in Bitcoin, find a way to earn crypto. And for me, obviously that's, you know, something very local and close to what I do on a daily basis. So it's as easy as that, in my opinion. And then just have a long-term ability to think long-term. You know, don't think that you're going to make a bunch of money this year, but if you think that you'll make a bunch of money in the next 3 years, then you'll do very well.